All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and now time to get on NXT. So, as I mentioned on the first segment, I'm starting to get more in NXT. I should have gotten into it a lot earlier, but here we are. So, NXT this week was still at the K Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, 3 weeks after the Takeover Dallas, which was a great show by the way. And so these were the matches that were on tap. You had Enzo and Cass against American Alpha. Now, this isn't, new or anything. Enzo and Cass being on the main roster and competing on NXT has happened before. Well, not those two, but like the whole idea of it. When Kevin Owens was NXT champion, he was on the main roster and he defended the NXT champion on Raw. You know, so this is really nothing new. So Enzo and Cass are one of the longest reigning or the longest serving tag teams, I guess you'd say, on NXT. They're one of they've been on NXT for a really long time. They've never faced American Alpha, Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan. And so they had a match, and it was the first match of the night. Great match. I mean, NXT, they didn't fail to deliver. American Alpha always puts on great matches, and this was definitely no exception. American Alpha actually, and I think, no wait, uh, man, the result is kind of like slipping out of my head right now. But you know, it was still a great match. If I remember, I'll get back to it. Okay, so then you have the debut of another wrestler at NXT. NXT is known for their somewhat silly gimmicks, and they're more, you know, yeah, silly gimmicks. I don't really care if someone's gonna defend it or not. But yeah, definitely this is another one of the silly gimmicks. He goes by the name of No Way Jose, and he's kind of like a bachata dancing. I guess I can't really describe him. It's more like bachata house music, and he just like dances from the Dominican Republic. He had a match against Alexander Wolf. It was quick. I mean, it didn't really mean much. But I guess fans really got to like know his personality. They even started chanting for him, and he just debuted. That's how NXT fans are usually. So gimmick wise, I don't love it, but I mean I've seen worse. I'm usually not a fan of dancing gimmicks like that, but I mean it could get worse. So there we go. So then you have you had the main event of the night, which is Apollo Crews and Samoa Joe. Again, Apollo Crews, being on the main roster and NXT at the same time. This match was pretty good. Samoa Joe ended up winning. I feel like it was a little lopsided. I feel like Samoa Joe just dominated the whole time, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me because Apollo Crews can definitely hold his own. But I guess Samoa Joe is a whole nother beast. You know, they chant Joe's gonna kill you, so, and they mean it. All right, so that's really everything that happened on NXT. Um, Now that was during a live taping of NXT, live taping. That was when it was televised on the network. Now there was a house show recently, and a little interestingly, there was an NXT Championship match between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. And mind you, this is a house show, meaning it's not televised. This was just a show for the fans that you have to attend in order to see. And I've been to one at MSG, and so usually when they have championship matches, what happens is usually what happens is you just like they advertise championship matches, but they never change. This one was a little different. You had Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, and what happened was Samoa Joe ended up winning the NXT Championship on a house show. That hasn't happened in any capacity in a long time. It's just so rare to see a house show, a non-televised event in which a guy wins a title or where the title changes hands. So Samoa Joe winning the title is it's a big deal. Now there are rumors that means that Finn Balor could be Finn Balor could be debuting on the main roster. Hopefully that happens because you're gonna have AJ, Finn Balor, and Gallows and Anderson. That's pretty much the Bullet Club core right there. So we'll see what happens. Whether Finn Balor will debut on Raw or whether he'll debut at Payback, who knows? But this is definitely looking like a good sign that he'll be called up. You know, and Samoa Joe, I think Samoa Joe should be called up pretty soon too, but he'll have to reign as NXT champion a little bit first. Well, they called up Apollo Crews pretty quickly, so I don't know what's the deal with that, but what's the deal with that? Wow, I could have said something way better, but anyway, I don't really know what's up with that, I guess. But they're probably gonna have Samoa Joe serve a reign, like a pretty long reign before they just call him up. So we'll still have to find out and see what happens. This is going to be an incredibly short segment because NXT is only an hour, So the third segment is going to be something a little more heartfelt, something that I'm not used to doing because I lack emotion, honestly. But yeah, we're gonna get. I don't know how to end this. So just stay tuned, and I'll be right back.